You know, there's been especially in the last number of years, this really big resurgence of people wanting older franchises. And by older franchises, I mean, 10 years, 20 years old, and wanting them now to have some kind of resurgence. And we've seen that being played out. One of the films that a lot of people have been talking about the last few years about wanting to see another one was the 2005 Keanu Reeves film, Constantine. Well, according to one of the stars of the film, who plays Peter Stormare, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, who played Satan in the first Constantine, he is saying that they are in fact doing another one. On his Instagram account, he posted an image of some website that said, in Constantine, Peter Stormare plays one of the best versions of Satan in history. And then he adds a little comment on the bottom that simply says, sequel in the works. Sequel in the works. And so, of course, that has set off a whole lot of outlets like Screen Rant saying, Keanu Reeves' Constantine 2 is happening, says Star. All right. Couple things we should touch on here before we get into heavy discussions about it. Number one, something being in the works is different, substantively different, than something actually happening. Something being in the works just could mean that somebody's like writing a script or it's being developed. That is a far, far cry. We've seen this happen a lot, Rob. That is a far, far cry from something actually happening. There's a big difference. There's different stages along the way. Number two, it is important to point out that Stormare didn't really give any details. What does that mean? Does it mean a straight to VHS, home thing? Is it something Keanu Reeves would actually be involved in? Would it be kind of a spinoff? All I'm saying is this one line of a guy who played a supporting role in the first film saying, sequel in the works, it could mean a lot of different things. So I don't think people should get too terribly excited just yet. But, Rob, it does introduce the possibility. It introduces the possibility. Look, I'll say the unpopular thing. I've never thought that first Constantine movie was all that good, to be honest with you. I never liked it originally. I know a lot of people started rewriting history once Keanu Reeves got hot again and John Wick happened, and all of a sudden people started looking back at Constantine kind of in a different light. And I love John Wick, and I love, I love everything that Keanu Reeves has done lately, and I'm a big fan of Keanu Reeves. But I'm one of these guys that I just never thought that first Constantine movie was all that good. It didn't do well critically. It didn't do well with the audience. It didn't do well financially. So I get there's a nostalgia factor. But I got to admit, I hear this, Rob, and I go, really? You want to go back and make that? Like, I get it. Keanu Reeves is hot right now, and you want to kind of take advantage of that. I get that. And hence we've got, Bill and Ted 3 got made and different things. But I don't know. I got to admit, this isn't something that excites me, Rob. What are the upsides of this? What do you think about this potential news?
Well, I was a huge, huge fan of the Hellblazer character, and I read all the Hellblazer comics when Vertigo started publishing them. It spun out of the Swamp Thing comics. And at first, when Keanu Reeves was cast as John Constantine, I'm like, I don't know, man. But I have to say that I enjoyed the film, and I liked its take on hell and heaven, and I liked Keanu Reeves' portrayal of Constantine, even though it was different. I liked all the cast, Tilda Swinton, the Jaimin Hansu. I liked it, and it was fun. For me, it was fun. And I think it was the greatest movie in the world? Certainly not. But there was enough in it that I really enjoyed it. And I thought that they would make more. And to me, there's so many different storylines that they could delve into with the Constantine character that I could definitely see him coming back. So I could see that play out. But like you said, do we really need another one? I mean, in a way, all of these reboots and things are nice, but I would rather, I think, see newer franchises, things that haven't been tackled yet, because it doesn't, making another Constantine movie, what is it, 15 years now after the fact or something? They made it 20 years.
2000, 2005, 15 years.
Yeah, so 15 years. And it's like, I mean, that's great, but I would rather see something new that we haven't seen before. Like if you're going to delve into like do a Kid Eternity movie, if you want to or do a Transmetropolitan movie, make Keanu Reeves play Spider Jerusalem. I don't know. I'd rather see something new than something like a reboot of something that we don't really need. But then again, if it's good.
But here's the question. Is there even any hunger for Constantine? Because remember, they tried doing a Constantine standalone series. It lasted one episode. It lasted one season. Didn't go anywhere. They brought the character back into the CW Arrowverse with varying degree. By the way, I can't remember the actor's name. The actor who plays Constantine in the CW verse, I actually quite like. I gotta say, I actually quite like that iteration of Constantine. I do, but it's not like that became the big hot character in the CW universe, right? So I don't even know that there's a hunger for the property, let alone for this. So I don't know. I just found it odd. Well, but you're right, Rob. If somebody's got the right idea and it can be great, just like Felipe the Sentient Dancing Microphone, I suppose, then great. Why not?
Yeah,
but it just seems weird to me. Question is, guys, what do you think about the sounds of this? Do you think this is do you think this is gold? Do you think this is $600 million at the box office guaranteed? I don't know. Or are you like me and you're kind of scratching your head a little bit and saying, really? One for this, even though it's the great Keanu Reeves? I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Jump into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Okay, guys.